Have you ever found yourself struggling to stick to good habits or break bad ones? Do you wish there was a simple and effective way to improve your life? Well, you're in luck, because today we're going to explore the groundbreaking book Atomic Habits by James Clear. The book is filled with actionable strategies and techniques that can help you develop good habits and eliminate bad ones, allowing you to lead a more fulfilling and successful life. You see, habits are the building blocks of our lives. Our actions and behaviors, no matter how small, accumulate over time to create the person we become. And the great news is, anyone can develop good habits, regardless of their current circumstances. In Atomic Habits, James Clear provides a clear roadmap for transforming your life, one small habit at a time. The book is based on the idea that the key to lasting change is to focus on small improvements that compound over time. By making tiny adjustments to your daily routine and sticking to them consistently, you can achieve incredible results in the long run. For example, instead of trying to overhaul your entire diet overnight, you can start by making one small change, like eating a healthy breakfast every day. Over time, this simple habit can lead to significant improvements in your overall health and well-being. Another key idea in the book is that habits are more likely to stick if they are enjoyable, satisfying, and aligned with your personal values. That's why it's so important to choose habits that you genuinely enjoy and that align with your long-term goals. And finally, one of the most powerful concepts in the book is the idea of creating an environment that supports your desired habits. By making small changes to your physical and social environment, you can make it easier and more natural to stick to good habits and avoid bad ones. In conclusion, Atomic Habits is an incredible resource for anyone who wants to improve their life. By following the strategies and techniques outlined in the book, you can create lasting change and become the person you've always wanted to be. The second law of behavior change is to make it attractive. The human brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. When we find something attractive, we are more likely to repeat it. This is why it's so important to make our habits appealing. One way to do this is to associate our habits with positive emotions. For example, if you want to make exercise a habit, find a form of exercise that you enjoy and that makes you feel good. When you associate exercise with positive emotions, you are more likely to make it a habit. Another way to make habits attractive is to focus on the benefits. For example, drinking water may not seem like an attractive habit, but when you focus on how it makes you feel refreshed and energized, it becomes more appealing. Finally, you can make habits attractive by designing them to align with your identity. For example, if you identify as someone who values health and wellness, then cooking healthy meals can become an attractive habit. The key is to find ways to make your habits appealing to you, so that you are more likely to stick with them over the long term. Remember, the more attractive a habit is to you, the easier it will be to make it a part of your daily routine. Now, let's move on to the fifth law of behavior change, which is to make it obvious. This law is all about making the desired behavior easy to see and impossible to ignore. One way to make a habit obvious is to create a visual cue that triggers the behavior. For example, if you want to start flossing your teeth every night, you can place the floss right next to your toothbrush so you see it every time you brush your teeth. Another way to make a habit obvious is to create a specific time and place for the behavior to occur. This is called an implementation intention. For example, if you want to start exercising in the morning, you can set out your workout clothes and shoes the night before and decide on a specific time to start your workout. Now, let's move on to the sixth law of behavior change, which is to make it attractive. This law is all about making the desired behavior more appealing. One way to make a habit attractive is to associate it with a positive emotion. For example, if you want to start meditating every day, you can associate the practice with the feeling of calm and relaxation. Another way to make a habit attractive is to create a habit tracker. This is a visual record of your progress that can be incredibly motivating. Seeing how far you've come can inspire you to keep going. Now, let's move on to the seventh law of behavior change, which is to make it easy. This law is all about reducing the friction associated with the desired behavior. One way to make a habit easy is to break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. For example, if you want to start writing a book, you can break the task down into small writing sessions each day. Another way to make a habit easy is to use the 2-minute rule. This rule states that if a habit can be done in less than 2 minutes, you should do it immediately. For example, if you want to start reading more, you can commit to reading just 1 page each day. Now, let's move on to the 8th law of behavior change, which is to make it satisfying. This law is all about associating the desired behavior with a positive outcome. One way to make a habit satisfying is to create a habit contract. This is a written agreement that you make with yourself to stick to your habit for a certain period of time. Another way to make a habit satisfying is to use a reward system. This can be as simple as treating yourself to a small indulgence each time you complete your habit. For example, if you want to start going for a daily walk, you can reward yourself with a piece of chocolate or a cup of tea afterwards. So there you have it, the 8 laws of behavior change according to Atomic Habits. By making your habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, you can create lasting behavior change in your life. Welcome back. We've covered a lot of ground so far. Let's jump right into the next section. The 5th law of behavior change is to make it obvious. One of the key things we need to do to create effective habits is to make them visible and easy to track. This means keeping a record of our progress and making sure we're able to see our results. One way to do this is to use a habit tracker. This can be as simple as creating a checklist of the habits you want to build and tracking your progress each day. By doing this, you're creating a visual reminder of your progress and making it easier to stay on track. Another way to make your habits obvious is to link them to a specific time and place. For example, if you want to start waking up earlier, you could place your alarm clock across the room so you have to get out of bed to turn it off. This creates a clear trigger for your habit and makes it more likely that you'll stick to it. The 6th law of behavior change is to make it attractive. We're more likely to stick to habits that we find enjoyable or rewarding. One way to do this is to add a little bit of pleasure to our habits. For example, if you want to start eating healthier, try experimenting with new recipes or cooking with friends. Another way to make habits attractive is to make them a part of your identity. When we see ourselves as the type of person who does certain things, it becomes easier to maintain those habits over time. So, if you want to start reading more, think of yourself as a reader and make it a part of your identity. The 7th law of behavior change is to make it easy. We're more likely to stick to habits that are easy to do, even when we're busy or tired. One way to make habits easy is to break them down into small, manageable steps. For example, if you want to start meditating, start with just 1 minute a day and gradually increase the time over several weeks. Another way to make habits easy is to remove the friction associated with them. If you want to start working out at home, make sure you have everything you need in one place, so you don't have to waste time searching for equipment or setting up your space. The 8th and final law of behavior change is to make it satisfying. We're more likely to stick to habits that are rewarding or pleasurable. One way to do this is to celebrate small wins along the way. When we acknowledge our progress and feel good about our habits, we're more motivated to continue. Another way to make habits satisfying is to track your progress and celebrate your successes. This can be as simple as keeping a journal where you record your wins and reflect on your progress. The 7th law of behavior change is to make it easy. We often give up on good habits because they seem too difficult or time-consuming. But what if you made it easier for yourself? One way to make it easy is to use habit tracking. You can use an app or a simple paper tracker to keep track of your progress. This not only makes it easier to keep up with your habits but also gives you a sense of accomplishment when you see how far you've come. Another way to make it easy is to remove the things that make it hard. For example, if you're trying to quit smoking, get rid of all cigarettes in your home or workplace. If you're trying to eat healthier, don't buy junk food. This will remove the temptation and make it easier to stick to your goals. Finally, you can make it easy by breaking it down into small steps. Use the Pomodoro technique, which is a time management method, to work on your habit in short bursts. This can help you focus better and avoid burnout. Remember, making it easy doesn't mean it's going to be effortless. But by making small changes, you'll make it easier for yourself to stay on track and reach your goals. And when you do, don't forget to celebrate your success. Congratulations! You've completed the 8 Laws of Behavior Change from the book, Atomic Habits, by James Clear. Use these strategies to create and maintain good habits that will lead you to success. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out the book for more in-depth insights and strategies. Good luck on your journey towards building atomic habits.